Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Carlos Granada. I'm the CEO and founder of LearUp Systems. So with LearUp, I'm going to present today is we are driving clinical trials with a fully AI integrated driven management platform. What does it mean? So during the last 25 years, I've been involved in product development, Medtech, especially on minimal invasive devices. Having a seat on the site level, on the study coordinator level, on the clinical trial assistant level, also from the sponsor. So we identify and continue to identify the clinical trials are inefficient, are very expensive, and the timelines really are delayed. So today, 90% of the trials still are delayed for patient selection and enrollment and site selection. So we are looking really to democratize clinical trials, and our focus was really start with cardiovascular disease. Why? Still, cardiovascular disease is #1 killer. And in the US and Europe, 84% of the trials are really executed in these two regions. But when we start thinking the problem is not just the clinical sites, it's the stakeholders that are today managing these trials. So they have different pain points that we identified during the years. And we target 4 segments: clinical sites, the physicians, the Medtech industry, CROs, and AROs. Just to show you some examples here, for the clinical sites, they are really managing a tremendous amount of trials and people, but they are inefficient and they're expensive to manage all this infrastructure. For the physicians, they don't have the time, they are burdened, and when they start working with the coordinators, really all the documentation they need to manage is impossible to be on time, so they are losing the time to be with their patients. For the Medtech industry, when I was on that side, really, and does still continue, we are slow on selecting the sites, enrolling the patients, and be on time for launch the products in the market. But finally, on the CROs and AROs, so there is a fragmented manual process. The data management really is inefficient, and at the end, in the process is delayed. So when LearUp is in the markets, what we are looking is to bring benefits to every stakeholder. And for the clinical sites, we are looking for them to increase the trial revenue that they have today, increasing the number of trials they can manage. For the physicians, they can increase their productivity and looking more patient care. For the Medtech industry, it really is looking to get faster time to market, and for CROs and the AROs, increase the conversion rate. So the solution is just imagine and just thinking when we were looking about how to bring this technology to market, we said it's simple. Airbnb transformed the way we travel. We're going to transform the way we conduct clinical trials. How? So basically, we're going to create this AI-driven platform to transform clinical trials and drive them more efficiently. And how we're doing this is we are enhancing the operational efficiency of this process and reducing timelines in the trial execution. Let me tell you more about the concept about LearUp today. So LearUp today is focused to be a clinical trial productivity platform. What does it mean? It's going to be all-in-one platform. So all the platforms we have today for the clinical trials are fragmented. They are not connected. They are trying to find ways to connect to each other, but the interoperability today is a big challenge. It's scalable, it's cloud-based, and it's two-sided. Why? Because we are always connecting the study coordinators with the project managers, with the CRAs, the physicians with the patients, the Medtech, and all in one side or the other. At the end, what we are looking is all these agents that we have in the different modules are helping to track and complete all the tasks that every stakeholder and user has in the clinical trials. To tell more about the capabilities and our AI agents, today we are focused on the pain points from quality, regulatory, clinical, and safety data, all the way from project management activities, site management activities, clinical monitoring, all the way to manage the adverse events and connecting those with CEC, DSMB committees, and also imaging core labs. So all the way, all this data is connected and bringing a solution to make decisions on time. With this potential, as I said before, we are connecting the cardiovascular research first, which is today a $3 billion market opportunity on clinical research, and is growing by 2030 at 8.6% CAGR. So why LearUp stands up today? Basically, it is a competitive, single, and simple clinical trials as a service business model. We are not making complicated contracts. We are saying this is the modules you need, this is the infrastructure, this is the connection, that's it. It is a secure, real-time, 24/7 smart bridge. What does it mean is we are connecting these data silos that we have in the different stakeholders and the data that they use or that they collect or they track, and basically boosting the data analytics to make decisions on time. And finally, we have active virtual assistants to streamline the process and automation they have to keep everyone on track. This is just examples about the platform today, and this is adaptable per trial, where you can see different key performance indicators, if it is whether the focus is on selection of the sites, if it is on tracking the patients, if it is tracking adverse events. So it's a main dashboard that can be adapted by the user. Also, we have predictions about enrollments, about site startups, selections, all the way to close out. We also have automation of workflows in the different levels of the cycle of clinical trial management, and we want to identify that also the platform can identify where the bottlenecks are. Finally, we want just to have the data that is integrated here and complete. So basically, these agents are helping to identify what data points are missing, in which CRFs are missed, and then drive the user to that data point that is missed, and then complete the collection of the data. So this is not just a concept, this is a reality. This is a platform that is live, is being used today, and this case is a really important case. We use the technology in a 3,400 patient trial led by Dr. Valentin Fuster at Mount Sinai. This paper was published in the Journal American College. So what we did with the study, we run this in an 85 clinical site worldwide, 10 countries trial. With the technology, we proved that we reduced the trial timelines by 30%. We decreased the cost of trials execution by 20%. We increased the subject enrollment in a trial by 40%. I don't know if you knew, but usually what we see and is published, every trial is enrolling 0.4 patients per site per month, and that's really impacting timelines on these trials. We also increased the subject data collection over 92%. And finally, something that is really important when you're talking about meeting endpoints is that data dropout. We found that it was below 3%. We have some results today. We are in 19 countries. We are connecting now 500 clinical sites, and we are monitoring data so far for 5,000 patients in these projects. We are 21 CFR Part 11 compliance, GDPR, HIPAA compliance. We are ISO 9001 certified, and also we have certification on data privacy framework between the US and Europe, and all our platform is AWS Zero Trust. We continue growing our list of clients in the different areas that we have discussed in this industry, CROs, ARO, and the users continue giving us good feedback every day using the platform. Also, a very good result is we are being selected to present at TCT this April, TCT Middle East, as one of the top 4 finalists on the Competition Innovation Award. So that was a great opportunity to showcase the technology. The team, technology with a team is nothing, so we have seasoned Medtech experts from the science, from the medical, and from the development. Here we have people from structural heart, vascular disease, interventional cardiology, heart failure, all the way to VCs, etc. We have a multidisciplinary team of more than 12 engineers, data scientists, Medtech subject matter experts, and we continue growing our presence. Our milestones coming down is we started the execution of $3 million in sales last year. We are looking for Series A by the end of the year. This is going to bring us into the next milestone is continued certifications, quality certifications that we need, cybersecurity, increase the cybersecurity platform, also strengthen our executive, commercial, and product development team, and continue improving the proprietary algorithms that we have in all these modules that we presented for. This all together is going to get us in 5 years to continue growing, multiply this by 20x in sales based on our projections and the reach out that we have. So please join us today, be part of this future, transforming the clinical trials, and speeding the process for those that really who need it the most, which are the patients. Thank you. Have a good day.